G'day and welcome to another episode of Overland Travellers. We are currently in the Simpson Desert on the Hay River track, and after a few mishaps on this crossing, we are keen to finish the trip off. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I definitely recommend you check them out. It's another beautiful morning on the Hay River track. We had a pretty good night last night. Had some dinner, played plenty of cards.
Monopoly Deal.
Monopoly Deal.
Fun game.
It is a really fun game. If you want a good card game for your travels, Monopoly Deal. It's sort of a little bit like Monopoly, but just with cards. Obviously, you don't need a board, and it's a lot quicker than Monopoly as well. So, yeah, really good game. Highly recommend. Not sponsored. Here we go. First tune of the day for Holly. Holly's on the wheel today, and yeah, we've got pretty steep dunes ahead of us. The Hay River track has a section where you drive west, having you go up the steep side of the dunes. Some of the most challenging dunes in the Simpson are on this section. The girls were all driving this morning, practicing up some of the steeper dunes. These dunes don't look steep in the video, but they really are. Not only that, it was getting hot in the day and they were very chopped up and sandy.
So us girls have been having a go at driving this morning. I've had quite a bit more experience than the other girls. Ellen almost had that dune. It was really chopped and really sandy, and it was just a difference of revs. I probably had a higher rev range.
A little bit more momentum as well.
Yeah,
slightly more momentum, but she was so close.
She was so close.
Bertha is heavier than us as well,
Yeah.
so it's just a couple of factors, but she's getting better. She's so close.
She's doing really well. And it's just like small steps to get your confidence up. So here goes Adrian coming up. Adrian is also a really good teacher. He did my first dune with me back in 2021 when I drove Elsie up.
Clutch.
You did it! You got it, you did it.
We finished off the Hay River track and jumped onto the QAA line at the Salt Flats. This section of the track is the busiest, so call-outs are important.
Okay, so we just pulled over for a quick lunch just after the Salt Flat on the QAA line. We are now back in Queensland, which is kind of exciting. Our second last border crossing until we're home. So, yeah, almost.
Yeah, we have a few nights camping left. Probably 1 or 2 nights camping, and that's it for this trip. It's been a hell of a trip.
Has been, yeah. So
we're going to have to see how Big Red goes in the new car.
Yeah. Have to see how the QAA is, because there hasn't been as much traffic on it this year as normal. So hopefully it's in pretty good condition, but we'll find out.
You can see large opposing holes on the eastern side of the dunes. You definitely need to take these slowly.
wasn't long before we hit the detour for the Air Creek bypass. Remember, Air Creek is under a few metres of water at the normal crossing.
So we are on the QAA line heading east towards Birdsville. There's been a lot of rain further north this year, and the Simpson's been closed for quite a while, and Air Creek has been flooded for a long time, and it still is flooded. There is a bypass which will head north from where we are and then cross. There's still a little water crossing, apparently it's about 30 or 40 centimetres deep, so not too bad, and then it will head back down towards Big Red. So we're just on the detour now, and yeah, excited to see a bit of water in the creek. That's what our aim is tonight for a camp, is on a bit of water, so excited to see it.
As we went along the detour, we were amazed when the dry, arid landscape turned into lush fields of vegetation and large bodies of water between the dunes. This is exactly what we wanted to see in Camp Long. We were honestly blown away at this site and couldn't believe we were in the Simpson Desert. There is something surreal about the lush green vegetation between the magenta-red parallel dunes. Not only was the vegetation abundant, but the billabongs were teeming with bird life.
So we've just pulled up to an area that there's a bit of water off the Air Creek bypass, and it is so green and it smells amazing. There's so many wildflowers here. We're just looking for a place to camp now. It's pretty late in the day, it's like 5 o'clock. Poor Cam and Court are a while behind us, but this is amazing. You can hear birds in the distance singing, flowers, abundance. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll hopefully find a nice spot to pull up for camp, and then I think we're all going to have a beer, maybe some cheese, because we're all a bit exhausted. It's been a big day today.
Oh, I reckon I've just died and gone to heaven.
Ellen?
Oh, smells amazing out here.
It
All the
does.
Wildflowers.
Like, this is those a slight chance in your lifetime moments to be out in a location like this with water.
Yep. This would have to be a once in a 10-year event. I don't know.
Just look at those birds up there.
Yeah, there's birds everywhere. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. You would not think you're in the Simpson Desert.
Cam and Courtney arrived. They had some issues with their rear suspension and needed to take it slow. But once we were set up, we got the fire going and settled in for the afternoon and watched the birds and the colours change.
You can hear before we do.
like, oh.
It was bittersweet leaving camp as it was our last one for the trip, but it was definitely an amazing last camp like so many others we had had on this journey.
Good morning everyone, back in the cars, and this is our last day today. It's our last day on the track. We'll make it into Birdsville today, and it is also our last day with the whole crew. So Matt, Cam and Court are heading over to the Sunshine Coast after this, and then Adrian and Ellen are heading home.
Yeah, pretty sad. It's been a big trip, 3 months on the road.
Yeah.
Obviously the most remote parts of Australia we've ever been to. In the new car, it's been a really good trip. We've loved it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit bittersweet, and then Ellen's birthday today as well.
It is,
so
yes.
We better have a few beers at the pub.
Yeah, we'll finish this detour. There's a bit of a water crossing, finish the QAA, and then Big Red.
Yeah, we're in.
Yeah.
We drove along the side of the billabongs, much like the one we had camped at the night before, and it wasn't long before we came to the water crossing at the bypass. It was only about half a metre deep at the deepest point and had a very firm base and markers to guide you.
So we just passed Jerry from Jaffa Adventures. He's on YouTube. Give him a look. He does some great stuff. But the funny thing was, we saw him on the Canning in their 200, and then he's just cruising through the Simpson on his motorbike. I said, "Bloody hell, you get out and about, don't you, mate?"
You're good to go.
And there's a couple of people stuck on the first dune after Big Red with trailers. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think this might be them here. Big Red, you're doing it this time.
Stop it!
I want to do that track over here.
It's gonna be so windy up there.
I'm sticking my head in here. We're at Big Red. So, as you all know, if you've seen our Simpson Crossings, we did an LC and we did first low, really low tire pressures, under 10 psi, and just tracked it up the hardest track. No worries, first go. I want to have a go on junior just like that. I want to see if we can do it without the power, without all the traction aids and whatnot. and just go low pressure, first low, and crawl up. Except this time, Holly's going to be driving it. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be really interesting to see if Junior can do it just like Elsie. What do you reckon, Hol?
I don't reckon Junior can. These cars are
Whoa.
just not like Elsie. These cars are just geared different.
And heavy.
We got going in our first attempt in first low. And we didn't get very far at all.
Conditions might have been a little bit different, but at the end of the day, yeah, Junior did not get up in first low and track mode just like Elsie. So just goes to show those old rigs, there's something about them. So now we're going to try something a little bit different, maybe a bit of power.
We're going to go second low, and then if
Second
that
low.
doesn't work, we'll go third low.
Yeah. All right, let's have a go. That's it, keep going, straighten up. Oh, go, no, stop. First low, dip locked in.
Holly was so close on the second attempt in second low. No more messing around. Third low and foot flat. You can say what you want about the V8, but the inner bogan in me thinks that sounds pretty good.
Nice, Ollie.
That was fun! Yay!
Adrian made it up first go. Good drive, Adrian. I had a few goes myself. The tune in this V8 makes it so much fun to drive. I had to actually ease off the throttle at the top. Cam had a few goes and did eventually make it up. As I said, he has had some issues with his airbags in the rear and had to take it a bit easier. And just like that, we had finished the Simpson, aired back up and headed straight for the pub.
Made it.
Birdsville pub. Let's give a beer and a feed. Jeez, what a trip.
Thanks for watching this trip. We hope you have enjoyed the last few months of travel with us. We have some really exciting things coming up, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.